Hey,
What's the plan? Underestimate us again. Something else.
nice.
Sounds like they were kind of
This won't work without power.
in trouble. You're right. Maybe I'll check it for a while. The vault dweller showed up. Give him a hand. Or a gun. Or something. The vault dweller helped them, is what I'm trying to say. Guess they'll be on the other way soon then. Right? Oh, we're gonna die! Oh! The 5 stars are up next, singing about the
Do yourself a favor and just say yes.
No
It's
thanks.
all he understands.
Excuse me.
Hi, how are you?
Yes? Yes?
Diamond City surplus! Looking 24 hours!
Only opens with a key.
Yeah? Yes?
Ah, yes, our newest arrival. I trust you're learning to fit in.
Excuse me.
A mayor's work is never done. Excuse me.
Remember, you didn't get that key from me. Now, if you're actually interested in buying a house, we have a permit available.
Well, let's hear about the permit.
We have one home available. It's in the center of town, right near the market. You can do whatever you like with the interior, and all the tools you need to make your own furnishings are provided at no extra charge.
I'd like to, but I'm a bit short.
Well, the home isn't going anywhere. Maybe someday.
Read all about it. Outsider's perspective on Diamond City. Are we still the green school?
Get it trimmed. You won't regret
Let's get you examined right away. Time is not on the side of the surgeon.
Yeah. Take a look at me, Doc.
Now, go over your symptoms for me, one at a time.
Feeling sick. I think it's radiation.
We'll clean you up, don't worry. And that's that. Anything else bothering you?
Got roughed up.
Scrapes and bruises, but it's probably... All done. Any other complaints?
That was it.
All right. Don't ruin my hard work by dying out there.
Public is here to pull the wool out from under your eyes.
Nat,
Ain't got nothing better to do?
Bunch of junk.
Huh?
You're with the Minutemen, right?
The Minutemen are always happy to help. What did you need?
A pack of feral ghouls have holed up nearby, and some of them have started wandering out lately. If more of them start wandering out this way, we may be overrun. We need someone to clear them out.
I'm on it. It's as good as done.
I'll be glad to have them gone.
I think we ought to talk.
Is something the matter? You sound upset.
What? Oh, no. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
What do you remember about the Institute?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then I get glimpses. Life inside the Institute, they keep you isolated. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side, and that's it. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
That's terrible. They really just threw you away?
Sure did. It was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. Local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
From our sponsors.
Hanging out with Valentine, huh?
Diamond City
Good for
Surplus.
you.
Now
Nick is
open
good
24
people.
hours a day.
You know